Just one more thing here. I got an interesting email about women and and Obama and why every woman should support Obama. Just some of the things here. This is an email sent, I think, from Planned Parenthood and Obama for America. The choice for women in this election is clear. Here are just some reasons why. The first bill President Obama signed into law was the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, making progress in a decades-long struggle for equal pay. When asked for his position, Romney repeatedly refused to say whether he would have signed into law. So he's continually being evasive about it, not appropriate. Nearly 75 million women had received tax cuts under President Obama, who has put an average of $3,600 back in the pockets of a typical working family. The president has repeatedly fought back against Republican attempts to defund Planned Parenthood, one of the largest providers of women's health services in the country. Mitt Romney has promised to get rid of Planned Parenthood funding. Mitt Romney would overturn Roe v. Wade and even said he would be delighted to sign a bill eliminating the woman's right to choose. So he wants to take us back to the 20s, apparently. President Obama has stood for a woman's right to make her own health decisions, while Mitt Romney and the Republican Party would let employers and politicians limit their access to birth control coverage. As the son of a single mother and the father of 2 daughters, President Obama understands that women are not a special interest group, and that when women make less than men for the same work, it hurts the whole family. The Affordable Care Act puts an end to insurance company abuses, including charging women more than men for the same coverage. Mitt Romney says he would repeal the law on day one. The president cut taxes 18 times for women-owned small businesses across the country. Also, President Obama has tripled the number of women on the Supreme Court. For the first time in history, 3 women sit on the nation's highest court. And if that's not an indicator of what he feels, I don't know what is. Under President Obama, our economy has added about 5.5 million private sector jobs in 32 consecutive months of growth, and has a plan to keep adding jobs and strengthen the middle class. The president believes we're at our best when everybody has a fair shot and a chance to get ahead. Mitt Romney's message to those struggling to get ahead: you're on your own. President Obama reversed the global gag rule, ending the ban on government aid for international groups that provide abortion information. The Republican Party platform, which was written at the direction of the Romney campaign, includes a human life amendment that would ban abortion nationwide without exceptions for victims of rape or incest. The Affordable Care Act covers women's preventative care, including mammograms, cancer screenings, and birth control, with no co-pays or no deductibles. President Obama created the White House Council on Women and Girls to support their fair treatment in all matters of public policy. The Obama administration has invested in educational and career opportunities for women and girls in science, technology, and engineering and mathematics. He would recruit 100,000 math and science teachers as part of his plan to create jobs and support the middle class. The president also supports the Paycheck Fairness Act, which would give women additional tools to help fight pay discrimination, but Romney refuses to reveal his position. He's being very secretive about that. President Obama is working to make college more affordable. That's why he doubled funding for Pell Grants and established the American Opportunity Tax Credit, which helped 9.5 million students and their families afford higher education in 2011. Mitt Romney would let the tax credit expire and slash funding for Pell Grants. President Obama is working to preserve and protect the secure retirement that seniors have earned, while Mitt Romney would turn Medicare into a voucher system, ending guaranteed benefits. Thanks to Obamacare, millions of young women have the security of knowing they can stay on their parents' health care until the age of 26. President Obama also launched a broad effort to protect victims of domestic violence and reduce violence against women. This is something we should all be in favor of, with still all this domestic abuse that's hidden under the rug here, swept under the rug. President Obama is not afraid to take a stance against domestic violence. Some bold stances to reduce violence against women, including increased funding to enforce the Violence Against Women Act. So we should do everything we can to prevent Romney from going into office. It's not certain what he would do. It's not for certain what he would do at all. So it's kind of interesting. Some interesting Facebook strings continuing this morning on the vehicular homicide case, having an interesting string with a woman who's a prison guard who says that this woman should do her time, and that she should do her time. There's no question about it. She should do time in prison for what she did, so she can feel sorry for it. And I'm trying to explain there's a gray area in here, and she's not seeing any gray areas in between. It's black and white. It's there's no gray areas. So interesting Facebook string, and me using the Socratic method here. I'm not sure when I'm going to get kicked off the newspaper string here, but yeah, I'm kind of doing the Socratic method, much as Chris Hitchens did, kind of experimenting with that a little bit. So that string is interesting. There's also a string on the Romney Facebook post, William Pitt, who says that, or he puts this video out about Romney caught off air in a radio interview, debating the radio host about where Christ will come back. What location will he be in when he comes back to life? Now, if his presidential politics is dictated by irrational beliefs like that, it should scare you to death. Okay, and that should be good for now. And please go and vote. And you have no excuse for not voting, no matter. And you should also be informed. You should be. You have no excuse but to be informed about who you're voting for. You know, all indications for me are that Obama is more for everybody, and Romney's more for the privileged class, and against women, and wants to take us back to the 20s with regard to prenatal care for with Planned Parenthood and destroying educational programs with PBS. You know, you can just see the picture. So that's a bad picture. And okay.